Hello everyone, my name is Emma Anglin and we have been reading through my book, Team Captain Alexander Donson. In this chapter, we'll see what happens when Alex and Danielle meet for the first time. And with that, we're on to chapter 10. Danielle pushed open the door to side room 47B-2. Empty. She stepped in and looked around. Only a single chair stood in the middle of the room. Other than that, nothing. Not a plant or a window or a decoration on the white walls. Not even a rug. Is this the right room? And the right time? Danielle pulled out her data hub to confirm. Sure enough, she had come to the right room at the right time. She narrowed her eyes. I should have known someone like him would be late. He doesn't look responsible at all. She put her hand on her hips. Well, only one thing to do. She plopped in the chair, crossed her arms, and waited. And waited. And waited. Danielle clenched her teeth as another minute ticked by. Who did Alex think he was anyway, making her wait like this? She slammed her heel into the floor, making an echoing clop. He had some nerve, or worse. This could be a prank. She clenched her teeth. If someone had concocted this as a joke, heads would roll. Here it is! Alex burst in through the door. Hey, Taj, I found it! He straightened his shirt and sauntered in. Hello, I'm glad you're still here. It's my first week in this place, and I can't find a thing. Danielle watched him approach. He swaggered across the room with a smile Danielle recognized all too well, an I'm right and you're wrong kind of attitude. She narrowed her eyes. Strike one. Are you Alexander Donson? That's me. Alex held his hand out to her. She shook it. He had a tight grip. This is Tajay. Alex pointed behind him. A shadow fell over Danielle. A creature towering over her by 2 feet stood beside Alex. His eyes bored into hers. With a screech, Danielle fled to the other side of the room. What is that thing doing here? Get it away from me! Get it away! She swatted the air in front of her. Alex and the Grudget exchanged a glance. Take it easy, okay? Tajay's harmless. Alex approached her with open hands. I said get it away from me! Danielle pressed herself against the wall. What is with you? Alex snorted through his nose. Tajay has given everyone pause, but no one's reacted like this. I know what Grudgets are really like. Danielle cowered in the corner. Alex put his fists on his hips. What are they like? They're vicious, nasty assassins. Assassins? Alex turned to Tajay. The Grudget looked at Alex with wide eyes. They both burst into laughter, the kind which sprayed saliva all over the place. Tajay, an assassin? Alex slapped his knee. That's priceless! Don't laugh at me! Danielle pulled herself off the ground. Her anger had displaced her fear. Alex wiped his eyes. Tajay couldn't hurt a fly! He paused. Except for those biting flies unfortunate enough to land on me. Those he crushes. He glared at Tajay out of the corner of his eye, along with my arm. Tajay winced. I apologized. I was in a cast for nearly 2 months. Danielle watched them go back and forth. The Grudget didn't snarl or howl or stalk her. In fact, it stood there with his head hung as Alex berated it. Could it be... So wait, does that mean it's... Danielle pointed a trembling finger at the Grudget. It hasn't been sent to kill me? Kill you? Alex looked at her as if she had sprouted alfalfa from her head. Why would he want to do that? Why would you even think he'd want to do it? No reason. Danielle turned away from them. Right. Alex raised his eyebrow at her. I'm not sure what type of weird stories you've heard out there, but they are not stories. Danielle eyed the Grudget. Grudgets are a danger to all citizens of Narsa. Not all of them, clearly, Alex muttered, but didn't interrupt when she went on. They are used for the Imperial government's hardest or more horrifying tasks. Danielle glared at the Grudget while keeping Alex between her and it. Their design is well suited for it. Their hard hide means they can climb over virtually any landscape and survive in the harshest climates to reach their targets. They're ruthless, relentless, and mindless. They're trained for one task from birth, and nothing stops them from accomplishing it, even if that task is murder. Really? Alex's eyes widened. The Grudget's brow rose as well. Among all your xenophobic nonsense lies something that might be the truth. He leaned closer to her. It sounds like you know a lot about Grudgets. I've done my research. Danielle raised her chin in the air. What else do you know? Alex said. Danielle blinked. Seriously? Alex nodded. Well, since you asked. Danielle tapped her chin. She likes showing off her knowledge to someone willing to listen. One of the more impressive skills a graduate possesses is their perception. They have several enhanced senses, including infrared vision, ultraviolet vision, as well as subsonic and ultrasonic hearing. In other words, they can tell your body temperature, blood pressure, heart rate, and breathing rate at a glance. It's how they stalk their prey. You hear that, big guy? You're a relentless assassin trained from birth. Alex backhanded Tajay's stomach. It didn't seem to bother the graduate much. Not only that, but... Oh, wait! Is that what you meant? When I asked you how you know what I need before I do, you can literally see it with your eyes. Tajay nodded. You've solved a real mystery here, Danielle. Tajay and I don't know much about graduates. We're orphans, you see. He's the only one I know. Alex clapped Tajay's arm. I did a great job scouting you. You can help us learn more about his kind. Okay. How do I know it's not dangerous? Danielle scooted a little further away from Tajay. Alex glowered at her. I have been overlooking this, but you need to stop calling Tajay an it. My question stands. Danielle glanced at the door, ready to run. How do I know he's not dangerous? Alex sighed. Taj, tell the truth. Are you a bloodthirsty assassin bent on destroying everything we hold near and dear? The graduate pulled himself to his full height. He took a step toward Danielle. Yes, I am, he said without any inflection at all. He paused before baring his teeth. Grrr. Danielle blinked at him. Tajay gave her the slightest smile. Laughter burst out of her. Something about the way he spoke just now, something about how ridiculous he made her question sound, made Danielle's fears seem silly. Okay. She took deep breaths to calm herself. I'm still not taking my eye off you, though. Silly or not, they were her affairs. Now, if that's all over, let's move on. First, let me start by saying I will be the leader of this team. Therefore, you may call me Captain, Sir, or, on less formal occasions, Alex. I prefer not to be called by my last name. Don't ask why. It's a quirk of mine. Danielle furrowed her brows. Okay. Tajay will be my first officer and our medical tech. Alex motioned to Tajay. Danielle chewed the inside of her lip. The medical tech? She could possibly get around being on the same team as a graduate, but in the field, the medical tech had to be able to treat wounds and even perform minor surgery if the situation called for it. Could Danielle trust a graduate enough to take care of her in those situations? Enough about us. Let's get to you. Alex circled Danielle. I've read your entire profile and history carefully, and I have some questions. Danielle kept her eye on the graduate. Go ahead. There's no doubt you are the top technical specialist and protocol director. They say you're the number 2 protocol director, but after reading your profile, I beg to differ. All that is great, but your physical performance is... Alex paused to find the right word. Quite frankly, it's pathetic. Danielle clenched her teeth but said nothing. You've been at HQ for 3 years, Alex said. Why is that? I don't think I understand your question. Let me ask you this instead. What are you doing here? Alex tapped his chin with his finger, a gesture Danielle had seen somewhere before. There are minimum physical requirements for joining this agency, he went on. Recruits might fail 1 or 2 areas, but as long as their overall skill is good enough, the agency waives the requirement and accepts them as recruits. You don't meet any of the physical standards, so how are you accepted? Danielle snorted. My mental prowess more than makes up for it. Alex looked at Tajay, who shook his head. With all your info and grudges, don't you know they can tell when you're lying? Alex said. They can? Danielle gazed at the graduate. Tajay pointed to his face. Eyes. I guess he can tell how your blood pressure and pulse changes when you lie. Alex shrugged. Never thought of it much before. So, you want to stop wasting our time and tell the truth? Danielle froze. She clenched her teeth. I got in because of nepotism. Come again? My father is very close to the agency director. Danielle held her hands behind her back. Oh, so you thought you could skate through without doing any real work? Alex nodded. I see now. It also explains a complaint from your former captains. To put it nicely, you're smart but mouthy, and a wee bit useless on the field. I am not useless! Danielle put her hands on her hips. And I'm not mouthy. But I do know how to move up in this agency. You'd do well to listen to me. Yep, mouthy. Alex put a hand on his hip. As long as we know what the problem is, we can knock the spoiled brat right out of you, princess. Danielle's tensed. Don't call me that. What's the matter? You don't like my nickname for you, princess? No, I don't, Dodson. Alex burst into laughter. Okay, point taken. I won't call you that again. Not unless I'm trying to get you really mad. Danielle grunted. In any case, I took a risk on you when I put you on my team. I got a restriction notice saying you have to run the 2 miles in under 25 minutes by the end of our training period, or none of us will be able to become active members. Alex held up his data hub. They made me agree to it before I could invite you to join. Danielle winced. So Emil's restriction did go through. Yep. And you still invited me? Alex nodded. So our success depends on you. But I'm not about to let you ruin our chances. I can get rid of the restriction on us by kicking you off the team. Just so you know. Right. Danielle crossed her arms. Now that that's taken care of, the only thing we need now is an astropilot and star navigator. Alex went back to his data hub. It might take us a while to find someone suitable. You need a pilot? It's turning out to be a real hard choice. Alex scratched his hair. Tash has become uncharacteristically stubborn about it. I may know of someone. Danielle held her hand up. Do you? What's he like? Alex didn't take his eyes off his data hub. Optimistic, enthusiastic, focused, determined? All that and more. Danielle crossed her arms. I can introduce you to her. She's in the simulator room right now. Tajay groaned. Of course she is. Alex slumped his shoulders. We just came back from there. It's an exhausting place. Well, back to the 25th floor. Oh, not those simulators. Danielle beckoned to them. The ones on the 9th floor. 9th? Alex looked it up on his data hub. There are simulator rooms down there. Let's go, Taj. He headed to the door. Danielle waited until he and the Grudget had started walking in front of her before heading out. No matter what, she couldn't turn her back on the creature. She knew too well what could happen if she let her guard down. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what I can do to make these videos better. If you want to pick up the book, the link to it will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for Chapter 11. Bye!